everybody. Welcome to 2 Minutes and Beyond, the podcast where we review the Toy Story movies 2 minutes at a time. I'm Macy Ball, and this is Bianca Garcia.
Hello.
Hello, and we've got another guest with us here today. Guest, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. I am Ryan Roe. I'm one of the co-owners and head writers of toughpigs.com and one of the co-hosts of the Movin Right Along Muppet Movie podcast.
Yes, a podcast that's very similar to this one.
Yes. There's a lot of them out there, though.
Yes. We had your co-host, Anthony Strand, on the last couple weeks. And that was a lot of fun.
That's what I heard.
Yes. We were going to have both of you, and that didn't work out. But hopefully for Toy Story 2, we can have both of you on at the same time.
Oh, yeah. That'll be fun. Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
yeah.
I got some action-packed minutes here, so that worked out, actually.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
Well, in this episode, we're going to be talking about minutes 71 and 72 of Toy Story. Are we ready to get started?
Yes.
I am ready.
All right. So these 2 minutes start off with Woody pushing RC out of the moving van with his boot. Andy's toys see this and panic. Rex yells, "He's at it again!" Woody drives RC into the car where Buzz is hiding from Scud. Woody laughs, ha ha ha, as Andy's mom's van and the moving van start driving again. Mr. Potato Head yells, "Get him!" and the toys push their box over. Woody gasps and drives RC and Buzz out from under the car, and Scud chases them. The toys gang up on Woody, and Scud gets closer and closer to Buzz. Rocky picks Woody up, spins him around, and throws him to the side, which somehow makes RC and Buzz spin around. And Ham yells, "Pig pile!" and jumps on Woody, which also somehow makes Buzz and RC jump into the air. And RC lands, and Buzz lands backwards on top of RC. Buzz screams, "Ah!" as they approach an intersection, but they make it through underneath the cars. A car slams on the brakes and swerves to avoid hitting Scud, which results in a 5-car accident with Scud stuck in the middle of the circle of vehicles, and Buzz looks back in relief. We start off with a bang here.
Yeah.
Very intense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, I was thinking that this clip started with Woody forcibly kicking RC out of the moving van, which was kind of the perfect place to start.
Yeah.
Yes. And it was a fun cliffhanger from last week.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Yes. I love Rex just yelling, "He's at it again!"
That's one of the biggest laughs in the movie, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while since I watched this with a room full of people, but I think that's generally one of the biggest laugh lines.
Yeah, just Rex being way over dramatic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Rex so much.
Rex is great, yeah.
We haven't gotten to talk much about Andy's toys in a while because we've been at Sid's house for so long. But it's nice to get to see them again.
Yeah, have you talked about RC much?
Probably not since Woody pushed Buzz out the window.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's weird that RC apparently has no autonomy when somebody is holding his remote control, it seems, in this clip.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was like, that, yeah.
What a life.
I know. Well, we talked I think in an early episode about how, like, Mr. Mike can't speak, like, the microphone.
Oh, right.
That he is, like, just a vessel for other, like, toys and people to speak through.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even though he has a mouth.
Your lot in life is kind of defined by what kind of toy you are, I guess, in this world.
Mm-hmm.
And then just the fact that, or maybe this happens in the next clip. Yeah, okay, I won't mention that yet. But yeah, more RC ponderings that I'll mention next time.
Yes. I like Woody's kind of like evil sounding laugh, which I'm like, if you don't want the other toys in the van to think that you're a murderer, that's not the laugh I would do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like no wonder they still think that he killed Buzz.
Right, yeah, they have no reason to not believe that at this point.
Yeah.
Which is why they're all so, like, thirsty for Woody's blood at this point.
Yeah, for all they know, that he's just sent RC to his death.
Yeah.
Bianca, didn't you mention like a long time ago how weird it was that there's only like a few boxes in this van, in the
Yes,
moving
there's
van?
only like 3 or 4 boxes.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, why did they get that big of a van just for Andy's toys?
That's a great question.
Like maybe they had already moved
And it
Is
a
was
there-
lot
the
of their
last of it.
stuff.
There's no dialogue earlier about them having other stuff moved ahead of them, or
I don't
Mm-mm.
think so.
yeah,
No.
that's weird.
And it's literally just those few boxes. I mean, there's probably like a couple more. I didn't pay quite attention to the background, but there may be a couple more if I remember correctly. But still, there's not enough for that big of a moving van.
Yeah,
Right,
and
and they
there's
live in a 2-story house, so they got to have more stuff than that.
They have a lot more stuff than that.
and there's only the only piece of furniture I can see in there is like one chair. I think
Yeah.
from their living room.
Huh.
It's not
They're going to
really
start
that
all over
much.
with new furniture at the new house.
They're like, we'll just burn the house down, all our furniture. We're going to
Yeah.
start over.
Also, one of the box has the word books written, or one of the boxes, has the word books written on it twice. It says box, or it says books.
Just want to
They
make
didn't
sure
want to
there's no
forget that they were
confusion.
books.
Yes. In the audio commentary, apparently they had to have like a big discussion about Scud and making sure that kids weren't going to think that like Scud had been killed or hurt in the accident. So they had to like make very sure to show that he was okay and that he was still like running around and barking.
Right, because you see him skidding to a halt, but then you see him again, like running around inside the ring of cars. So it's like he's fine. He's still angry and running around.
That would have been very
Yeah.
morbid had they just killed him off like that.
That would have been a different movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of like a misunderstood. Like he's not really a villain. He's just a dog being a dog.
A very ugly dog, but yes.
I guess so. Do you know if he was named after the Scud missiles, like they were using in the Persian Gulf War?
I think I might have heard that. Yes.
That would actually make sense even chronologically, just like depending on how old Scud is. If Andy's parents named him after the missiles that they were hearing about on the news a few years earlier.
Right?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I mean, Sid's parents. He's Sid's dog, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's his
Yeah,
dog.
yeah. There you go.
Yes. Andy doesn't have a dog yet.
Not yet.
Not
yeah, there you go.
yet.
Also, this is the first of several times in this franchise that the toys cause like a major traffic incident,
Right.
Yes.
like life-threatening. People could die.
That's true.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
The
Does
second,
anything like that happen in 3?
no, but it happens twice in Toy Story 2 because there's
That's right.
the crossing the street in the
Mhm.
orange cones
Oh, yeah.
thing, and then there's the end when they're driving the Pizza Planet truck
Oh, that's right.
to the airport.
And then on top of that, they crashed the little luggage carrier into the neighbor's
Yes.
yard.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But we're led to believe that no humans ever see them in any of these cases.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Somehow they manage to escape notice, even though they're causing all this mayhem.
Yeah, somehow.
Yeah.
Oh, the on one of the license plates on one of the cars is HTT 1195. I forgot to write down exactly what that stood for. Let me see. It is, I know 1195 is the month and the year that Toy Story came out.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yes. And it's High Tech Tunes, which is the company that technically produced this movie.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I was trying
That's
to think
really
what it could be like. Here's the toys, 1995.
Yes.
So all the license plates in these movies are in jokes, I guess, or most
A
of them.
lot of them are.
A lot of them,
Yeah.
yeah.
Of course, there's A113, of
That's
course.
the moving truck, right?
That's Andy's mom's car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then actually the moving truck and the semi truck at the gas station, I guess they're technically like the same model truck because they both have the same license plates and license plate numbers. I can't remember what the actual number was on the back of it, but we talked about in either the last episode or the episode before that it was whatever the number was a reference to was it the sheepdog? Pixar's resident sheepdog who was named Molly.
Molly, yes.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. So that's what that's a reference to. And then on the front of the truck, there were 2 license plates, and we tried to figure out what they were a reference to, and I can't remember the exact numbers for these either. But both of them were like 2 letters and then 2 numbers and then the same 2 numbers reversed. So,
I think it was like 3443 and then 4334, something like that.
Yeah. And the best we could come up with was maybe someone's initial and then like the year they were born.
Yeah. It's tempting to just want everything to be significant, but it's possible maybe they were like, oh, let's throw in something random. Let them figure that out.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
For in like 25 years when somebody goes through this movie 2 minutes at a time.
Right, yeah. Let them scrutinize this.
Yes.
I noticed that there's a restaurant at the intersection that they drive through called Juju's House of Food.
Yes. I found out through IMDb that that's a reference to camera manager Julie McDonald.
Oh, nice. Everything is a reference.
Yes, who apparently like lobbied people because she wanted to get her name in the film. And actually, it also answered a previous question that we had, which was because on Sid's backpack earlier in the movie, it had written Julia McBarfala has cooties.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we were trying to figure out who that could be a reference to, and we didn't know, but apparently it's a reference to her as well.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What is her actual last name?
McDonald.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, that's great. And so then they also made her a house of food.
Yes.
Nice.
Also next to Juju's House of Food is Virtual Realty.
Does that come up again in the other movies, or it's just... Oh, that's the company that's selling their house?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and also if you look like way back in the distance in the You Are a Toy scene, you can see that the building is next to the gas station.
Oh, so it's the same building?
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Either the exact same building in the same place, or they just took the same building and put it.
Right. I wonder at this point, early in Pixar and computer animation history, if they just kind of copied and pasted buildings, because it would have been more time consuming to draw new buildings.
Yeah, well, now that I think about it, that's probably what they did, because I don't think the gas station had any houses.
It wouldn't be the same neighborhood
nearby. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. It's so ridiculous and like cartoon logic the way that the car moves in a circle when Rocky spins Woody around in a circle.
Yeah, I guess I do like, though, the cut between the shot of Scud chasing Buzz around and around and around, and then you see Woody being spun around and around and around by Rocky.
Yeah, that is fun, yeah.
It doesn't make logical sense, but it is funny.
I get Woody's still holding the remote at that point, though, right?
Yeah.
So maybe he's just like reflexively holding the remote all the way to one side.
I guess.
And that's causing RC to go around.
But then Ham jumps on him, and somehow that makes the car jump in the air.
Yeah, I have no justification for that.
And then Buzz's legs, his like arms and legs are moving around when he's in the air. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. Oh, I also liked that when at the beginning of the clip when RC finds Buzz under that car where he's hiding from Scud, RC looks really happy to see Buzz. Like he kind of like perks up when he sees him.
Oh yeah,
which is nice.
He's like, "You're alive."
Yeah.
Well, because as far as he knows too, Woody was sending him to his death.
Right.
So he's like, "Oh,
he goes from
I'm
confused,
okay."
right? And then, it's our pal.
Yeah, RC is adorable.
Yeah, I like him. Do you have an RC toy?
I have like a little Hot Wheels RC.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's pretty neat.
I used to have the actual full size RC that they came out with in 1995.
Mm-hmm.
I no longer have it.
Well, that's too bad.
That's
I know,
so sad.
it's very unfortunate.
Do you know what happened to it?
We are told.
I'm sure someone gave it a good home.
I hope so.
I know they made an RC for like the Toy Story collection, which was like their line of movie accurate Toy Story toys that came out with Toy Story 3. And now it's like thousands of dollars on eBay.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very expensive.
They re-released a lot of those toys as like the signature collection, but that was one of the ones that they didn't re-release for whatever reason. So
so they haven't made one since then.
Not that I. Yeah, I mean,
not like because he's really like. Oh, he's in the sort of prologue flashback in Toy Story 4, right?
Yeah,
but he's not really in it in the present day. So. Although still, you would think they wouldn't pass up any opportunity to sell more merchandise.
Right, exactly.
I did see one, I think, at Walmart around the time Toy Story 4 came out. I don't know if it was actually remote control, but it had Buzz on the top of it. And I remember it stood out to me because Buzz was making... the paint job was really weird. And his... I think I sent you a picture of it at the time, Bianca, where he just looked like... I don't even know. His eyes were super wide.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Like, just making a really strange face.
He looked like he had seen plenty of things.
So it's from these scenes where he is like just zooming along out of control.
Yeah. It was pretty great.
Are we ready to move on to the next part?
I believe so.
All right.
Sure.
So at 1 minute, 10 seconds, back in the moving van, Rocky holds Woody above his head and starts carrying him to the back to throw him out. Woody tries to explain to the other toys what's going on, but they won't listen. Woody accidentally knocks Mr. Potato Head's parts off with RC's remote, and Potato Head's mouth says, "Toss him overboard." Woody yells, No, wait, as Rocky throws him into the street. Rex says, "Hooray!" and Potato says, "So long, Woody," as the moving van drives away. Woody hears a car driving up from behind him and ducks. As soon as the car is gone, Buzz comes up on RC yelling, "Hello, Woody." Woody says, "Oh, well, thanks for the ride." Buzz points at the car wheel in front of them that they're about to hit and yells, "Look out." Woody screams and steers them away and says, "Now let's catch up to that truck." He switches the remote to the turbo setting, and they speed toward the truck. Which real convenient that he happens to have a turbo setting on the remote.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
And why didn't they use that before?
They could have used it this whole time.
They were waiting for the perfect moment.
Yeah, it wasn't a turbo situation just yet.
Yeah, they had to wait until like just the right like climactic moment to use it.
Exactly.
It's like Roger Rabbit being able to pull his hands out of the handcuffs only when it's funny.
Yes.
But yeah, again, these toys are really like bloodthirsty. They're just so satisfied with kicking Woody out of the truck.
I know. Rex is like, hooray.
Yeah, they think he's bad for sending Buzz and RC to their deaths, but now they're no better. They're just stooping to his level.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like they don't even like stop to listen to him or try to like
Right.
hear
Right.
his side of the story. They just like, nope, they've had it with
It's an
him.
angry mob.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Like, you would think because they're Andy's toys, they'd have a little bit more values. But when it comes down to it, even toys want to see bloodshed. So.
Yeah. Mob justice.
Yes.
I feel like Bo's really the only one who doesn't seem totally on board with everything. Even Slinky at this point is like, I think for like half a second you see him kind of like growling as they're all like kind of walking toward Woody or either like picking him up.
Yeah. Oh, I think this is also where you hear is this where you hear Rex go rawr?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fun.
Which I'm like, Buzz actually taught him how to roar earlier during Strange Things.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. And he goes back to his silly little roar.
So I don't know why he doesn't use that roar. Because I feel like his roar that Buzz taught him, which somehow Buzz knows how to roar. But I feel like that would probably be more effective, especially since that roar like blew Potato Head's parts off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he could have used that to obliterate Woody.
Just blow him off into the road.
Exactly. He's not using his full potential.
But I just love any time Potato Head's parts get blown off. It's always funny. No matter how it happens or how often it happens.
Yeah, it really is. That's a good. It's kind of lucky for the filmmakers that there was a classic toy with facial features that pop off.
Yeah. And just the shot of just his mouth yelling, "Toss them overboard."
Yeah.
It's really funny.
I like the way it sounds when he comes apart, like all the little pop sounds, and then just the plastic scattering. I don't know. It's like Potato Head ASMR.
We really need Toy Story ASMR of just all of the sound effects from this movie.
Yeah, I wonder if there's ever been has there ever been a DVD special feature or something where you can just listen to sound effects?
There has been. I think there was one for this movie where it was just sound effects of like one of the first scenes with the mutant toys walking around.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's good sound effects in this movie.
And I think one of our previous guests, Jonathan Pauly, mentioned that there was one like that for Toy Story 2 as well, but I don't remember what scene he said that was.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. But it's interesting stuff. And we've talked a lot about the sound effects and how like cartoony they are. And I think Mr. Potato Head sounds are a really good example of that.
Yeah.
Just like the neat, like the popping sound and yeah.
Pretty much all the toys have like a specific sound. The way they walk or like if they squeak or something.
I like the does the robot have a name?
He's just Robot.
Robot, okay.
Yeah.
I like the sounds that the robot makes with like it sort of sounds like guns firing and rockets being launched and lasers.
In the very beginning, yeah.
Yeah, because I definitely had some toys as a kid that made those same kind of sound effects.
Yeah, he doesn't have a name, but in one of our first episodes, we dubbed him Primordial Wally because he kind of looks like Wally. He's got like the same kind of shaped head and the little like claw hands and then treads.
Yeah.
And it wasn't Wally part of that like initial sort of brainstorming meeting that Pixar had when they came up with all these ideas?
The famous Pixar lunch.
Right. So they were kind of like, well, it's not quite time to do Wally yet, but we'll throw a robot in this one.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't totally a coincidence.
Right.
But I do think it's really funny the way as the van is going away, this so long, Woody, and then Buzz coming up behind him saying, "Hello, Woody."
Yeah.
That's some good writing.
That's pretty
Yes,
fun.
that's funny.
Well, do we want to move on to the last little section here?
Sure.
Just the last 20 seconds or so. At the 1 minute 40-second mark, all of Annie's toys celebrate getting rid of Woody, and Lenny notices something. He sees Woody and Buzz riding RC toward the van and tells everyone, guys, Woody's riding RC, and Buzz is with him. And all the toys gather around in disbelief to see, and Bo uses Lenny to get a better look. Bo says, it is Buzz. Woody was telling the truth. Slinky starts to say, what have we done? And then that's where the 2 minutes end.
Love it.
Don't you love it when it ends in the middle of a line like that?
Yeah.
Cliffhanger. Everybody has to come back next time.
Exactly.
To find out what the end of that line is.
So Lenny, and stop me if you've talked about this already, but so RC has no visible mouth and he does not speak. That's accurate?
Mm-hmm.
Lenny
Yes.
also does not have a visible mouth, but he can talk for some reason.
Yeah.
That is weird, and I kind of don't like it.
Yeah.
Because there's toys with mouths that don't speak also, and I'm like, why does he get the privilege of being able to talk?
Yeah. Well, like the mutant toys, a lot of them have mouths, but their mouths don't even move and they don't talk except for Pump Boy, the car with arms, who somehow whispers at one point.
Huh.
Yeah.
Even though we don't hear him actually talk.
Yeah, maybe they lose the ability to speak when they get separated from their other parts.
Maybe.
I don't know. Bianca was saying that they must have taken a vow of silence.
After being traumatized like that, I think I would have taken a vow of silence too.
Yeah, that works.
You know, you just don't want to talk after that.
Right. The other thing about Lenny is he reminds me of this character from an old Disney direct-to-video special called Where the Toys Come From. Have you ever heard of this?
I was going to talk about that because in an earlier episode, when in the very beginning, when all the toys were first being introduced, we like to talk about like the history of the toys and everything. And I kind of just assumed that Lenny was just like an original kind of toy that they created, like these binoculars, but he's based on the characters from that movie.
Right. So, and this was a real toy as far as I know. It's a wind-up toy that just looks like binoculars, I guess, and it walks around.
Yes, but I think his existence in this movie is kind of a reference to that specifically, since it's also a movie about a toy being alive.
Yeah, it's sort of like combination live action stop motion puppetry about toys that go to the factory to learn where they came from. And one of them is one of these binocular things. So yeah, I would not be surprised if that was the inspiration for Lenny.
Yeah. And I believe it was.
Cool.
Well, that's pretty interesting. I need to check out that movie at some point.
Yeah, I noticed that it is on YouTube. I rented it when I was a kid a long time ago in the VHS days, but I should go back and revisit it.
Just a neat little detail that I noticed is that when all of the toys are like congratulating themselves on killing Woody off the fan.
Yeah.
Like Bo is patting Slinky on the head, which is really sweet. Because the whole time,
if that's like comforting him, or if she's just like, good dog.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, because after like the scene, I mean, beforehand, Woody or Bo and Slinky were kind of like the only real friends that Woody had left who were still like sticking up for him. But then after the scene, like at the window, at Sid's, where he was doing the whole thing with Buzz's arm, even like Slinky kind of turns on him. So I was wondering if like they were maybe, like you said, comforting each other, like after, or like what, I don't know what
like
that,
our long nightmare is over.
Right.
yeah, or like, well, we just threw our friend, or they just threw our friend out of the van, even though they thought he was this murderer, they still like, he used to be their friend, and they were still
like they
sad
still
that he
believed he
turned out.
was redeemable.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I don't know.
That is interesting.
Yeah, but it's a nice little detail either way.
Mm-hmm. That's cute.
I also like the little tykes just jumping around.
They're really cute. I do like them.
I like to make note and like see what they're doing in any scene that they're in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't even notice them here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
There's
there.
the
Yeah, I'm
there's
looking
the
at it
one
right
in the
now.
cowboy hat and
Yeah,
the one in the little blue ball cap.
yeah, that's
They're
cute.
super cute.
Well, I think I've covered about everything I have to say about this clip. Do you guys have anything to say about these 2 minutes that we haven't mentioned yet?
I think we're good. I mean, as action-packed as it is, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
I kept waiting for the firework to come into play, but it still hasn't happened yet. So we're still just waiting for something to happen. But yeah, that's all I have otherwise.
All right. Well, then I guess we can wrap it up. I guess before we do that, is there anything, Ryan, that you would like to plug?
Just toughpigs.com, the Muppet fan website. I know there's a lot of overlap between Pixar fans and Muppet fans. So if you're unaware of the website, check it out. And then the podcast is Movin Right Along, a Muppet movie podcast. We are about to start talking about Muppet Christmas Carol 2 minutes at a time. So that'll be fun.
Yes. And
That's
if you
exciting.
enjoy, as we said when Anthony was on here, if you enjoy this format of talking about movie 2 minutes at a time, go check out that podcast.
Yes, very similar.
Yes. Well, I guess I'll say then, thanks for listening, everyone. Be sure to follow our Facebook and Twitter accounts and send us an email if you have any thoughts, comments, questions, or concerns. And if you enjoyed the podcast, please leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.